Hello everyone! Firstly, let me thank The Outpost and Colourforge for sending me a sample of their new product range. They're packaging 3 tonally similar colours in Zenithal bundles, meaning you can base your models in a dark, medium and highlight colour, knowing that they'll sit well with each other. If you don't already know what a Zenithal highlight is, it's the name given to a priming technique that utilises different tones of spray paint to achieve a natural sunlight effect. I was today years old when I realised that it's called a zenithal highlight because the sun is at its zenith in the sky when it's 90 degrees directly above you. So I guess I've been doing zenithal highlights wrong this whole time. I always thought you were supposed to hold the nozzle at 45 degrees to the model to highlight the face or focal point of the miniature, but I suppose you're usually looking at models from an aerial view, so... Also, usually you only use 2 colours for a zenithal, not 3. But I suppose these triads mean that you can pick and choose which of the 2 for each model, or go ahead and use all 3. So, let's see what they look like. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering what the hell these minis are, you'll have to watch my next video to find out. I should briefly mention what I look for in a spray bottle. Does the nozzle give it even coverage? Is the spray fine? Does it spit? Does the nozzle clog easily? Is the colour highly pigmented? Do even the pale colours cover nicely? And finally, how is the sheen of the paint? Does it feel durable and does it adhere to the surface well? When I first started spraying, I was shocked at how delicious, should I say, this red is. I love that sort of bloody, crimsony, deep red colour, and I use it a lot on my minis. This is absolutely perfect. I love the shine. It's so rich. Here you can see what the 3 colours look like, just sprayed onto some cardboard. I sprayed some of the models with different combinations of the colours to see what the zenithal would look like with a deep and mid-tone, or deep and highlight, or mid-tone and highlight, or all 3. And I feel like on the model, the deep and mid-tone actually look very similar. So I will probably just skip the mid-tone on these smaller models, mostly just because I prefer the deeper red. So these are some other paints that I use to dry brush and shade on top of the paint so that you can see what a final model would look like and how the zenithal will help you with that. I actually went in at the end and sprayed a little bit more of that deep red from underneath, sort of like a reverse zenithal. So I'm spraying the darkest shade from the bottom only, and that brought back some of the richness from the spray cans, and also the gloss, which I think works really well with these models that I want to look all wet and gross. I'm not sure why the darkest colour is gloss, but the other 2 are matte. Most of the time I do prefer matte finishes, like Green Stuff World's dipping inks, for example. I love that sort of papery matte finish, but I do kind of like the gloss for the primer. A really rich high gloss, you can always kind of tone it down. I mean, I guess the same works in reverse, but I'm kind of confused why there's a mixture. Also, if you're doing a zenithal, should the top not be shiny? Like you want the bottom to be gloss, but then the highlight is not gloss, it's matte? I don't know, that's strange to me. But in terms of quality, I genuinely think that these are some of the best spray paints I've ever used. Just because the coverage is so strong, fine, even. The cans are bigger than most cans as well, and £30 at the moment for a set is really good value. To be honest, I would probably, if I was going to buy more, I'd probably just go for the deepest tone and the highlight. I think the only usage for the mid-tone would be if you have a larger model, Crondis for example, where you've got a larger surface area and there's more kind of space for that middle tone to have some use in there. Here's a tip for any spray paints. When you finish spraying, always turn your can upside down and spray until it sprays clear. That clears the paint from the nozzle and then store your cans upside down once opened, and this will help the can last for longer without clogging. I think most people know sort of what a Zenithal highlight is. I thought I knew what a Zenithal highlight was, but I think it would be nice if they had a little leaflet or something just briefly explaining what a Zenithal highlight is and how to use these triads. Maybe just an example of a mini that's been sprayed with all three, or just some inspiration to show you what these really are intended for, or a link to a website with a tutorial or something like that. That's what I would appreciate. But other than that, I don't really have any criticisms for this product. So thank you again to Colourforge for sending me this set. I'll definitely be using it in the future. And as I said, if you want to know what the hell is going on with all this, then subscribe so you won't miss my next video. And give me a like if you like this one. It's a thumbs up from me. That's all for today. Bye.